The day of my vacation to Toronto, Canada has finally come. I am definitely very excited. I do also have some of the pre-trip anxiety going on. I tend to always think of like the worst thing possible that could happen with every scenario of my vacation, but I'm sure everything will be fine. Here I am walking around the islands off of Toronto. I am definitely enjoying my time here. And while I'm here, let me just give you a little bit of a recap of my time here in Toronto. So on my first day, I went around and walked around the city and really just enjoyed the city. I went to the Nathan Phillips Square. Here I am out exploring the city. It is definitely warmer than I was planning and I packed for, but I think the temperature is really supposed to drop tomorrow, so I'm kind of hoping, because it's not that it's hot, but it's definitely warmer than I was expecting. Like I don't even need a jacket out right now. And I walked a little bit near Lake Ontario. And at night, I went around and explored a little bit as well. And then yesterday I got up a little bit earlier. I went down to the CN Tower. And of course I went up the tower and the views were just stunning. It was a gorgeous day. They had mentioned that for like the past week it has been super overcast, so they didn't really get many good views. Yesterday was the first clear day they had in a while, so I got pretty lucky on that end. And then I walked down to High Park, which was quite a bit of a hike, but really worth it. I really enjoyed seeing all the different colored leaves and the look of fall that we just don't get in Florida. Well, the temperature definitely did drop from yesterday to today. It is much colder today. I am walking along the water here and it is gorgeous. today I made my way down to the islands, which have also been very, very gorgeous, and I'm just enjoying all the different colors of the leaves and kicking the leaves on the ground and just enjoying the beautiful nature that is out here in Toronto. Take a look at this. Look how beautiful this is. It's pretty remarkable to me how in one area I can be standing in sand and looking at waves, and just a few steps over be looking at fall trees. I have really enjoyed my time here in Toronto. I've found the city pretty easy to get around, which has been nice. I've really enjoyed walking around here. Tomorrow I am off to the Niagara Falls before I head back home to Florida. So tomorrow I am renting a car to drive to Niagara Falls, and it is actually the first time that I'm ever renting a car myself. So I'm a little bit nervous and curious as to how that'll go. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and I don't have any trouble driving on the roads here in Canada. Here in the hotel room in Niagara Falls. It is my last full day of my trip before I head back home tomorrow. Yesterday I went and got my rental car. Everything went smoothly so far. I drove over to the Niagara Falls. On my way over here I stopped by this nice little town called Niagara by the Lake. So I'll show some pictures here. And then I made my way over to the Niagara Falls. I went out and looked at them last night. And today I'm obviously gonna go back by the falls. I think I'm gonna walk across the US border. It is actually raining right now, but I think I will venture out into the rain soon. I think the rain will stop in a few hours. I don't think the whole day is gonna be rainy, but it is what it is. I'm gonna enjoy it no matter what. But last Monday, I started to have some postnasal drip and a little bit of a sore throat. I thought I was getting a cold, but looking back, I really don't think it was a cold. It was just a postnasal drip for whatever reason. Then it got better. By the time I went on vacation, it pretty much was gone by like my first morning in Toronto. And then like my third day here, it got really bad again. I had a really bad sore throat. I was taking a whole bunch of the Ricola that soothed the sore throat, and that made it feel better, but the congestion has gotten so much worse. So now I am still super congested. I don't really have a sore throat anymore, so that's good. I do still have that scratchy throat, and oh my gosh, I cannot breathe. My nose is so congested. I don't know if it's the changing climate, if it's the weather, if it's the bedding in the hotel. I have no idea, but I just really want to breathe again. As far as driving here, Getting used to the whole kilometers was actually not that bad. The metric system as a whole, I think, is so much easier to understand than that stuff that we use in the United States. It is not completely foreign to me because I do use the metric system at work. So I do have a sense of what certain distances mean and like the temperature and Celsius, but I don't have a complete sense of it. So there's still some adjustment. Not all hospitals in the US use the metric system either, by the way. I did have one job that mostly did not use the metric system. They used like a mixture, so it was really annoying because certain things are in liters and then some things were in feet, and it was annoying the fact that like in one job I'm documenting in meters and another job I'm documenting in feet, and I'm constantly having to think of the two. I really wish the US would just go to the metric system because it makes sense. The drivers in Canada are so much better than the drivers in South Florida. Holy crap. I don't know if it was just because it was a Sunday or what it was, but there's like no road rage. I mean, yeah, people were passing each other, but it was like normal passing. It wasn't like this swerving in and out and all this crap that you see in South Florida. It's like really a big difference that I could not appreciate until I've driven somewhere else. And thinking back, I think I have pretty much only ever driven in the state of Florida. I drove a little bit in Las Vegas and drove out to the mountains there, but I really think that's the only other time. Anyways, I'm gonna go enjoy my last day and hopefully not get too wet. This is a view from my hotel room. I mean, nothing completely spectacular, but it is better than the view I had in Toronto, which was basically just like a McDonald's. I am crossing the bridge by the Niagara Falls to walk over and enter into the United States. walking around the park in the Niagara Falls. This has to be possibly the best thing that I have ever done. I was not expecting to get this close to the falls and to see what I saw. Headed back into Canada. Alrighty, well, it is nighttime. My day has come to an end. I definitely saved the best for last. The Niagara Falls was way, way, way better than I could have ever pictured or ever imagined. I mean, just absolutely stunning. The color of the water, the blue, green, hearing the water flow and the rumbling and being in the wind and having the mist all over you. So this ends my trip here in Canada. I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Tomorrow I get up very, very early and I am driving back to Toronto International Airport, and then I'm going to be flying back home. I had a great time. I would definitely come back here if ever given the chance, or I would definitely love to see other parts of Canada as well. So with that, I'd like to say thank you for the wonderful time, Canada. You have an absolutely beautiful country, and I completely enjoyed my time here. Bye!